and welcome to another fantastic episode of Southern Indiana Now. I want to thank our producer, Erica Malone, for making this show possible. And also, just have lots of special guests lined up for you. We're going to be talking with Ashley with Blush and Brush Beauty Bar as part of our Hoosier Hustle segment. We have for Hoosier Homestead, we're going to be talking to Willow Lake Center. It's an event center in Jennings County. Of course, Visit Madison for Hoosier Happenings, and the Jackson County Clothing Center for Hoosier Good News. And there's nothing that says the culture of Southern Indiana like us. We like to have celebrations. We like to plan parties. We like to get together with family and friends. That's super important to all of us in Southern Indiana. And one place they can do that is Willow Lake Center, located in Jennings County. And Anna is with us here to talk about Willow Lake Center. And let's talk about what the venue is, what kind of events that you have there, and how people can get connected.
Okay. We are Willow Lake Event Center. We actually have 2 wedding venues located on the property.
Okay.
We have 55 acres there. We have a couple of lakes. We started in 2016 with our first venue and went on to build our second one in 2019. We host weddings. Every year we host the Jennings County Prom. We have been host to the Jennings County Community Foundation Gala several times, school events, community events, and just a lot of weddings, of course.
Yeah. All right. So people planning weddings, when should they get with you to get the venue booked? Do you still have some openings for fall or winter this year?
We're pretty booked for this year. We've had a few cancellations that pop up that we can post, but mostly you're going to want to look at the next year out. We used to be booked about 2 years out, but with the economy, we're down to having some really good dates still available.
I love that.
The next year.
Okay.
So, but no less than a year out, start looking.
Yeah. So let's talk about the venue. What does it look like? What type of services do you offer? Can things be customized? How do you do catering? All those fun questions.
Okay, so we actually have 2 wedding venues. The hall, I picture it more like a lodgy kind of feel. It's very rustic, but it has very beautiful chandeliers. We have farm tables. We have round tables. Everything is set up to be either DIY or you can hire us to do some of those things. We have no preferred vendors, so you bring in whoever you
That's
want.
nice.
Your own caterers, your own decorators, your own officiants, your own DJs. So you do all of that yourself. We rent the space. We can do some setup and tear down for you. The barn is just what it says. It is a very large barn. However, even though they're very rustic, they have all the amenities. They're completely climate controlled. Very big, like touches of elegance, like chandeliers and fireplaces. And,
yes.
But a very rustic feel.
All right. I love that. So they'd like to get connected with you. What's your website? Best phone number?
Our website is willowlakeeventcenter.net. It's set up to be very informative. We have a gallery on there with lots of pictures. We have a Q&A page on there where you can find a lot of answers. You just click on a link. It'll take you to my daughter Reba, and she will get you going from there to set up a tour and answer any questions.
All right, fantastic. So obviously working with an event venue has to come from the heart because that's a tough business, I'm sure. So let's talk about what the venue has meant to you, as well as maybe some couples that have shared their special day with you there.
Okay. We started the venue, like I said, in 2016, and during the process of building that first venue, our daughter got engaged. So we were blessed to host her wedding as our very first wedding at our venue to kick everything off. We have been blessed to meet lots of couples from the area. We've also brought people in from Jeffersonville, Shelbyville, Indianapolis, Knightstown, Kentucky, Florida.
Yeah.
So we've hosted brides from all over the place, and we've been very blessed to get to know them and meet their families and get to know their stories.
Yeah, I love that. Well, if you'd like to start your beginning, for getting married, or maybe you have a special celebration, other event happening in your life, you can do that at Willow Lake Event Center, located in Jennings County, and you can connect with them online. We'll be back here for Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask.
Join me, Jay Hubbard, weekdays from 6 to 10 every morning. It's Jay's Morning Wake Up Call. Blending today's greatest country hits with local news, weather, and a couple laughs. Jay's Morning Wake Up Call on 92.7 WXKU.
And we're back on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask. We have the special honor of having Ashley Hankins Foster with us from Blush and Brush Beauty Bar. They're actually located in Seymour, Indiana. But if you can see us, hear our voices, whatever the case is, right here in Southern Indiana, they have a team waiting for you to take care of all things beauty. So we're going to talk with Ashley as part of our Who's Your Hustle segment today. Of course, there's no grass growing under this girl's feet or any of the grass of the team's feet. I don't even know how to say that at this point. But you guys are super busy is the point.
Oh, yes, very busy.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about Blush and Brush Beauty Bar, all the things that you have to offer. You have an amazing line of just everyday services, but then we want to get into bridal talk because this is such the time of year.
Yes, we have a team of 20 beauty professionals from lash extensions to hair to spray tanning, facials, all those types of things.
Yeah. Okay, I love it. So with all that said and done, and people can schedule with you and your team anytime for those, let's talk specifically more about on the bridal side. So I know this is a busy time of year for brides and they're starting to plan things, get stuff done. What does that look like? What do they need to contact you for and what kind of services do you have?
So they would reach out to us, phone call, email, text, and then we would get back with them and let them know if their date is open. And then after that, we like to give them the budget just because that's like a very important thing. So if the budget looks good for them, if the budget looks good for them, they can proceed and we'll do contracts, deposits, and all those types of things.
Okay, so what does that timeline work? Someone knows they're getting married in the fall. Do they need to be contacting you right now?
Yes, absolutely. The sooner the better.
Yeah.
Yes, because we book up pretty quickly. We are booked out, for the rest of this year and starting to book for next year.
Okay, so it's really the brides that we're talking about for next spring, next winter, those sorts of things.
Fall is really busy for us for weddings right now. So that's what we've been seeing. The trend is October and September, they fill up the quickest.
Yeah. So let's talk about all those fun bridal services. I know you can sometimes go to them. Is it party or they come to you?
Absolutely. We love to travel. We've been to Punta Cana. We've been to Gulf Shores, Florida, Tennessee. We are always down to travel to your day and make all your glam needs
happen. Yeah, make them look amazing. I know,
Absolutely.
I've seen some of your photos. So let's talk about all the different services. Is it just hair and makeup? Do you do spray tans for the bridal party?
Yeah, we
Tell
do.
me all the things.
We do spray tans. We do facials for brides. We also can do lashes, of course, hair services, extensions. We also offer extension rental program. So that's something new that we've brought into the salon.
I love that you can rent long hair.
Yeah, they really love it. And it's not just for length. It's like a lot of it's for volume.
Yeah.
Because a lot of our women, want that little extra volume for their wedding day.
Mm-hmm. Well, and if people want to keep that, just as a side note, they can actually do that too with your extension program at any time, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They can rent it if they just want to go out for a girls' night.
Well, we're rent to own in hair now. I love it.
Yes.
We're not that surprises me anymore. That's awesome. I love that you have filled those
because
gaps.
then they don't have the huge commitment of extensions and the maintenance, so they can just rent it for the day.
Yeah, I love that. That is awesome. All right, so tell me some other things that brides need to be thinking about, or what should they have on their list? What are some extra services and little extra things that you do at Blush and Brush Beauty Bar that maybe they need to be aware of?
Just to get their skin, that perfect glow would probably be skincare.
Okay.
So facials, absolutely.
All right, so you can do that to the bridal party as well?
We have 2 estheticians in-house that can take care of them.
All right. So I guess as far as getting things scheduled, what's the best way they can reach you? I know you mentioned all the platforms, but which do you prefer?
I would prefer you call the salon 812-524-2222, and we will get back with you and get you set up.
All right, Ashley, we're still talking all things bridal. Tell us about previews. What is that? And then how do brides need to incorporate this into their wedding plan?
So previews is also what people would think as a trial for your bridal hair and makeup. We have them come in about 30-ish days before their wedding. And that is so your hair is growing out. It's usually the color that it's going to be. So we like to, and we also like to remember what we did. So we see so many brides. So we try to have it 30 days before your wedding day so we can get it perfect.
All right. So do you bring in your whole party for that?
No, just the bride.
Just the bride. Okay. Fantastic.
It is her yes day. It's all about the bride.
Yes. So speaking of spray tan side, so if a bridal party wants spray tan, do they do it a couple of days before? Do they do it a week out? How long does that last?
So spray tan should be your very last appointment of all your beauty services. Before your pedicures, your manicures, before your facial, hair. That should be the very last appointment. And if your wedding is on a Saturday, we recommend you get it on a Thursday.
Okay. All right. And you can take care of all that?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
All right. Get connected with Ashley at Blush and Brush Beauty Bar. We'll be back right here on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask.
Wherever you go, our stations have your music, local news, local sports, and local weather covered. 95.3 WUME brings you today's best hits, along with Paoli sports, local news, and weather. 98.7 WSCZ plays the timeless favorites from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, as well as local weather and Orleans high school sports. And 96.9 WKLO keeps it country with all your favorite classic country hits, plus Corridon and North Harrison high school sports, as well as local news and weather. Your soundtrack for Southern Indiana is found on 95.3 WUME, 98.7 WSEZ, and 96.9 WKLO.
And we're back on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask. We're visiting right now with Andrew Forrester from Visit Madison. And Madison, Indiana is in Jefferson County. Super fun place to go. If you haven't been, Andrew's going to give us the entire scoop on what is a must-do, must-see, and we're going to talk about some hidden treasures, some lore. I don't know. We're going to get into all the things right here on Southern Indiana Now. Thank you so much for joining us, Andrew.
Yeah.
Madison's one of just a longtime favorite area. So let's talk about where, what is the kind of the personality of the area, and what does a good one-day trip look like?
Yeah, well, we're always welcoming guests from all over the region, all over the country. We're the largest contiguous National Historic Landmark District in the country.
Okay.
So a lot of people think of Savannah, Georgia. They think of Charleston, South Carolina. We've got a larger historic district than those. So whether you're into architecture, want to just explore the downtown, you want to walk along the riverfront, have some, peaceful moments, sit on a bench, watch the barges go by, hike at Clifty Falls. If you're an adventurer, want to go see the waterfalls, something like that. Come and do any of that. Historic tours. We've got all of those different options. So you can kind of make your own adventure. Whether you're into shopping, dining, we've got local restaurants and boutique stores. Got a mile-long Main Street with all of those. So that's kind of the quick summary. If somebody was going to come into Madison and do maybe a one-day, come in and explore, grab some breakfast at Horst's Bakery.
Okay. What's the favorite thing there? What do we need to be getting?
The chocolate chip donuts.
Chocolate chip donuts. Okay.
Horst
I'm here for that.
Was a German immigrant, brought the recipe, and so it's delicious, and get to enjoy the donuts. Then go hike at Clifty Falls while it's still kind of cool in the morning, and then go see a historic home. The Lanier Mansion has a tour that's excellent. You can do that. Grab some lunch on Main Street, and then maybe watch the river go by.
Yeah.
And then go see some live music on Main Street somewhere. So.
Yeah. Well, super fun. If they want to get a little help planning online, what's a good website or resource that they can kind of connect all the dots?
For sure. VisitMadison.org is the place to go. We've got all of the information about businesses, restaurants. You can also look at our weekly to-dos, and so it lists all the live, whether it's music, whether it's an event, whether there's new things happening, just one-off things. You can check those out at visitmadison.org.
All right, I love that. So summer strolls, definitely something to do in Madison this year. Tell me, with the riverfront, are there places that you can go, like pick up a coffee or a glass of wine or something like that and enjoy the outdoors? So let's talk about that.
Yeah, that's right. So if you want to go walk along the riverfront, there's an ice cream place right along the riverfront called Chill Billy's.
Okay.
And grab some ice cream, a little cheeseburger, watch the water go by.
Yeah.
We have two wineries in downtown Madison. We have Thomas Family Winery and Lanthier Winery. Both of those easy walking distance from the riverfront. So go enjoy those and just kind of stroll and relax all around Madison.
I love it. So is that where you're from?
Yes, from Madison.
Okay,
Yeah,
went out on a limb on that one.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yep.
So growing up there, and of course now you're working in the tourism industry for Madison. What's some fun facts or some hidden treasures? Like, this is not really on the touristy list, but it's kind of a must see.
Yeah. Gosh,
doing
that's a
a
great
deep
question.
dive.
I think definitely the largest contiguous historic district. It's a big deal because people don't realize all that we've got there as far as architectural history. We have a number of museum properties to come and visit, whether you want to take a tour, learn about those. I'd probably go to get a burger at Mad Love.
Okay.
That's kind of one of my tips.
Right.
They have awesome smash burgers.
Okay.
You can go there, get a milkshake at Hinkle's Hamburgers. So those are a couple
Yeah.
insider tips of things to do.
Insider tips. That's what we like
Yeah,
here.
that's
Well,
right.
I also know there's a lot of history with the Underground Railroad in Madison. So
right.
can you do a tour for that? How can you find out more information if that's something that you want to see?
Yeah. There's a number of properties that Historic Madison Incorporated runs, and those properties have ties to Underground Railroad. You can learn about those on the tour, but we also have a driving tour that's available at the Visitor Center. So stop by, pick up that brochure, and learn a little bit more, and you can go drive yourself. It's all over Southern Indiana. So.
All right, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, definitely get connected with Andrew and the team at visitmadison.org, and you can get your adventure planned. I assume for people who want to spend the night, there's Airbnbs, camping. Tell us about the places that you can stay.
Oh my goodness. Well, we got a lot of different options. If you have a particular stay that you like better, you prefer a traditional hotel stay, we've got a few hotels like that, like the Holiday Inn. We have a boutique hotel, a Fairfield Inn. It is the most amazing Fairfield Inn you've ever seen.
Wow.
It's in an old cotton mill
Okay.
that's been renovated. Has huge 12-foot ceilings, exposed brick. It's beautiful. It's one of the best Fairfield in the United States, one of the best in the world. And so you can stay there. We have the Chandler Hotel, which is another boutique hotel. It's a contactless Airbnb type.
Okay.
And then we've got lots of Airbnbs where you get to stay in one of those historic properties in downtown.
Wow, that's super special.
Which is, it gives you the authentic feeling of what it's like to live in Madison.
Yeah, I love it. Well, do get connected with Andrew, and we'll be back right here on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask.
Join me, Jay Hubbard, weekdays from 6 to 10 every morning. It's Jay's Morning Wake Up Call, blending today's greatest country hits with local news, weather, and a couple laughs. Jay's Morning Wake Up Call on 92.7 WXKU.
Welcome back to Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask, and as part of our Hoosier Good News, we are so happy to have Cheryl Vierling with us today from the Jackson County Clothing Center. And if you are not familiar with the Jackson County Clothing Center, well, we're about to change that today. So thank you so much for joining us, Cheryl. Super excited to talk about all you do and the needs that you're able to meet in Southern Indiana. And let's talk about the Clothing Center. Where is it? What is it? And how can people help?
Okay, we were formed in 1982. We have been at our current location of 622 West 2nd for almost 5 years. We are a nonprofit organization, and we totally exist on donations from churches, local organizations such as Jackson County Bank has given us grants, Ison, Toyota have given us money to make sure that our facility is very clean,
Okay.
very neat, and very organized.
All right, so let's talk about that. I assume it's clothing. So what all kinds of items can people find there? Who's using it? Do you need like workwear? What types of clothing do you provide?
Okay, we each have a room in our facility. There's the men's room. It has everything from pajamas to underwear, socks when available. We have, and the boys are included, size 7 to 14. And in the winter, we provide coats, and we try to make sure that everything is very organized and neat. There's a ladies' room. It is also 7 to 3 and 4X. It provides jeans and shorts and tops and underwear, socks, and our favorite bras.
Okay. Yeah, that's a whole other show.
Gotta have those.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that everyone feels very comfortable when they come in. We make sure that the clothing that is donated to us is very clean. If it is not, I throw it in the trash. I go through every sack. My volunteers are great. There's a lot of little old ladies that come in and get the clothing. We try to make sure that if there's a special need for a family, we've had special needs.
Yeah, sure.
And we partner with other people I'll tell you about.
Yeah.
But mainly clothing of all sorts. Now, we do get some other items. And if they're clean and neat, we try to give those away too, such as
Okay.
curtains or
Now, is everything free?
everything is absolutely free.
Okay.
You come once a month. It's not a 30-day thing. And you must provide a picture ID. We don't exclude anyone in Jackson County. And we've had other people come from Bartholomew County, Scott, Jennings. People call us and say, hey, by the way, can you come? And I said, absolutely. Just call me. My phone number is on our board, and I can give it to you. But please leave me a message.
Okay, so you don't have to just live in this county
No.
use the item.
Originally, I think in 1982 it was started. But we've helped people in Scott, Jennings, Washington County. People call and say, do you mind? I said, no.
Yeah.
People in need.
People in need. Okay.
People in need.
Well, and you may not even think you're going to be in need, but maybe you have a house fire, or maybe you know somebody, and that's a different
we
case.
have helped some of the people that we are partnering with, which I think is important for people to know. We just don't give it all to Grain Train. We partner with Clarity, which is pregnancy care. I have partnered recently with Trinity Methodist Church. We have been to Medora when there was the need. We've helped in house fires, tornadoes, and we especially are becoming more aware of grandparents raising children, foster parents. Schneck Memorial Hospital has come to us when they have clients that are in need, and also Jackson County Jail.
Wow, that's a lot of people loving on each other. That is some good news for sure.
It's wonderful.
How did you get involved with the clothing center?
7 years ago, I retired from teaching after 38 at Craigsville High School, and I wanted something to do. I did ESL, which is English Second Language, for a while, and one lady said, you need to do this, and I said, sure. So I've been an officer for 6, I'm secretary, and I'm a volunteer for 7.
All right, fantastic. Anything else you want people to know? I know you're in need of some volunteers. Let's talk about that.
Due to, I think, age and illness, most of our ladies, we have 4 that are, I think, 55, and the rest are 70 and older. We've had some lady that has gotten a full-time job. She was part-time. She's full-time job. And then another lady who just feels she needs to take care of family.
Yeah. So you definitely need some volunteers. What does that look like? Can someone volunteer just once a week? Does it have to be every week?
Oh,
How does that look?
We need volunteers, especially on Monday and Wednesday, 11 to 2. You can do it once a month. We have a lady that does it religiously, has for years, once a month. Some do it twice a month, and some do it 3 times a month.
Okay. So if this is families, this could be individuals, whoever?
Well, we need people that are willing. We have people at the desk. And when you come into our facility, you show your picture ID. We have people that work at the desk. We have people that work in the back as sorters, that come to us and say, here's my donation. And they help sort and hang and place, and people try to help our clients.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so how can they get connected with you if they'd like to volunteer? I know a lot of high schoolers getting ready to get out of school, so maybe this would be a good opportunity for some families to connect with that, or if you're looking for service hours, or you're just wanting to give back. This is part of the good news part. So how can they get in touch with you, Cheryl?
Okay, my phone number is on the little board outside, but I also have an answering machine. I have a landline. I'm an old lady, you have to remember. 812-522-7331.
What you're saying is if people leave a message on your answering machine, they're going to get it. I love that. That's awesome. All right, so you can get connected with Cheryl and the Jackson County Clothing Center, and you can do that by volunteering, donating, whatever works out best for you. We'll be back here on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask. And the Pet of the Week on Southern Indiana Now comes to us from Floyd County, Indiana, submitted by Claire. And we have Joey, and he is a thoroughbred horse. He's an older dude. He's in his early 20s, and he's super fun to be around and just loves life, and he's always living it up on the farm. And we're excited to have Joey as our Pet of the Week. Thanks for listening, of course, and watching Southern Indiana Now. We've had a great episode featuring all things Southern Indiana. If you'd like to submit a story idea, maybe you'd like to be featured, do reach out to us at southern.indiana.now@gmail.com. Of course, you can find us all the places you can get a podcast, including our website, southern.indiana.now.com. You can listen to us on Spotify, iHeart, Apple, all the places, YouTube, Facebook, I don't know, we're everywhere. You'll find us there. Again, if you have a show idea, we'd love to hear from you. And of course, if you have a Pet of the Week submission, we'd like to hear that too. So make sure you just send us an email, or you can find us on Facebook. Either way, we would love those pictures. We'll be back here next week for Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask.